Here's from, again, MetsMinors.net. This is their top 30 prospects, and we're going to go run through 10 through 6. Now, before we get into this video, I need you to hit the subscribe button to subscribe to the Prospect Hut. Mets top prospects 10 through 6. Baez rising. Let's see what's going on in this particular part of the list. Almost done, and of course, there was the big MLB.com list that came out on Monday. Now, at number 10, second baseman outfielder Luisangel Acuna. Acuna had a down season with the Syracuse Mets that saw him with a .654 OPS, despite 40 stolen bases. While he has some decent pop for someone of his stature, he hit the ball on the ground nearly 55% of the time in AAA, which kept his extra base hit numbers down. He does a good job of getting the bat to the ball, but the quality of pitches he swings at and the quality of contact has limited his effectiveness. He primarily played shortstop, but did get in 30 games at second and 31 games in center field. However, a September call-up saw Acuna send 6 of his 12 hits with the New York Mets for extra base hits. He would hit .308 for a .996 OPS and show signs that maybe his approach can work at the MLB level. The soon-to-be 23-year-old looked like he might be cementing his spot in Flushing, but the Mets have committed to playing Jeff McNeil as the primary second baseman for the moment, which is where Luisangel profiles best. Acuna had to clear his path to the role on the 2025 Mets prior to the team re-signing Pete Alonso, and to a less extent the sign of infielder Nick Madrigal. Now, I would mention Madrigal's hurt. He's out for the season. He broke his left shoulder on a play playing shortstop. And I can skip that part. Spring training performance may decide who the Mets keep as the primary backup infielder, since they have 4 bench spots available, with 3 occupied by Starlin Marte, Tyrone Taylor, or Jose Siri, and Luis Torrens. Only 1 spot for someone who could play second, shortstop, and third, and a pinch. Now, on Tuesday, he played third base. That's Acuna. Acuna's versatility and speed may give him the edge over Madrigal. If he doesn't start the season with New York, he'll probably be the first one called up from Syracuse when the Mets need reinforcements. Now, a couple of things. The Mets have also brought in, since this was written, Alexander Canario. They're also dealing with an injured Starlin Marte. There's a possibility he might be on the injured list when the season starts. Also, we're dealing with an injury to, and it's not a big deal. He's not saying it's a big deal, and that's a knee injury to, of course, Brandon Nimmo. So keep an eye on Acuna. He might be on the team when the Mets start the season. Number 9, Nolan McLean, who rose quickly up the list. MLB.com. McLean, the 2023 third round selection, saw his 24th season start strong at High A Brooklyn and ended on a positive note with Double-A Binghamton. On July 14th, McLean decided that he would focus all of his efforts on pitching. From his July 20th start on, McLean would only allow more than 3 runs once and had 5 games where he allowed 2 hits or fewer. When all was said and done, McLean pitched 109 2/3 innings, while striking out 116 and walking 42. McLean leaving the season healthy after increasing the total number of innings he has ever pitched by 79 was possibly the best news. So we'll see where he is as well. Now, he was a two-way player. With his focus solely on pitching, McLean can rely on his mid-90s fastball and his slider, which is a swing and miss pitch to dominate hitters. He also throws a cutter, a changeup, and a curveball, with the latter lagging behind the other pitches in terms of polish. When McLean has decent control, he sometimes has difficulty harnessing the slider due to its movement that occasionally has it getting over 70 inches of horizontal run. McLean pitched 81 2/3 innings in Double-A, and it would not be a surprise to see him begin the year there yet again with a promotion to Triple-A shortly thereafter, similar to Blade Tibble in 2024. However, McLean, along Brandon Spoot, had the potential to be late season call-ups for either the Mets starting rotation or the bullpen based on their arsenals. Now, we'll see with McLean. McLean has a chance to either be a very good reliever or a starter, mid-rotation starter, maybe like a number 3 starter best. for him. Next up is at number 8 is third baseman Jesus Baez. 2024 was the year that finally saw Baez start putting his great exit velocities to use, hitting 11 home runs and having 40% of his hits go for extra base hits. On the base paths, he stole 9 bases and was caught once. Baez has an idea of what pitches he likes to play, and despite his big swing, does not strike out as often as one might imagine. Baez earned the call-up to High A Brooklyn in late June, but a torn meniscus cut his season short at a little over a week. Prior to that, he hit .267 with Brooklyn. Defensively, Baez played second, short, and third, but seems to be best suited for third base with short hands and strong throwing arm. Baez did primarily play shortstop with Brooklyn, however. The Mets system is currently full of shortstops, and the Mets minor league managers had to find a way to get all of them into games. Baez has the potential to be the number 1 prospect in the Mets system for the 2026 season due to his combination of speed and power. Wow. And the writer is extremely bullish on his outlook. He will look to repeat that success with a return trip to High A Brooklyn to play with the Cyclones. This is very exciting. This is probably one of the more exciting scouting reports I've seen on any of the Mets players. Now, at number 7, first baseman Ryan Clifford. And Clifford, believe it or not, was sent down to the minor league camp on Tuesday. And that was just announced a while ago. Ryan Clifford saw his prospect stock rise in 24 the minute he escaped Brooklyn. Watching 18 of his 19 home runs in Double-A with Binghamton, when all was said and done, Clifford hit 19 home runs and 64 RBIs. Clifford has the best power tool in the Mets system, and when he taps into it, he easily sends balls over the fence. Despite his pull tendencies, he keeps the ball off the ground and puts it in the air, which is smart because he doesn't run well. In addition, he has at least average speed that helps him on the base paths. Clifford has a great eye at the plate, but there is a growing concerns that in addition to some swing and miss in his game, he may be too passive. If he can work on bridging his approach and looking to drive more pitches rather than taking the walk, he will become a top 3 Mets prospect for the 2026 season. The power is just that good with the foundations of a solid approach forming. It is also worth noting he will be playing the majority of the year as a 21-year-old with the pitchers he's faced in 3 to 4 years his senior. Defensively, Clifford is primarily a first baseman, playing 51 of his games at Double-A there, but also played 42 games in left and right to mix results. Ideally, if it all pans out, Clifford will be a low average, high on-base percentage slugger at first. Pinpointing where he will start the 25 season is a bit more difficult. While he didn't struggle in Double-A, his walk rate dipped. In 2023, he had a similar issue in High A, which led to him repeating the 2024 season there and improving on his walk strikeout numbers. Based on this, Clifford should be best suited repeating the year at Double-A and finishing the year off in Syracuse. He's got a lot of work. He's got a lot of work ahead of him. Just reading different prospect profiles of him, scanning reports of him. He has a lot of work ahead of him. Next up is number 6, outfielder Drew Gilbert. No prospect stock took a bigger hit in the 2024 season than Drew Gilbert. Kevin Parada, please. Took a big hit. 2024 season saw him potentially knocking on the door of Citi Field to take over as the right fielder of the future. Fast forward to 25, an injury-filled season that saw him only play in 62 games, in addition to the signing of Juan Soto, has clouded that picture to the point where Gilbert's role is way less secure or defined. When Gilbert played, he slashed .215 at AAA, hitting 10 home runs. At times, it looked as if Gilbert was selling out for pull power, which was shown in his increased strikeout rate. There is no question Gilbert does have good power. His pull side, pulling up highlights of his home runs, show some absolute blasts. The question is, did Gilbert alter his hitting approach all in the name of maxing out his power? Gilbert went to the Arizona Fall League to get some more at-bats with mixed results. While he slashed .208 with 4 home runs, did not set the world on fire. If there is a hitting prospect in the Mets who needs to have a strong season more than Drew Gilbert to regain their status, I don't know who it is. It's rough to make such a statement about a player who was a top 100 MLB prospect a year ago, but prospect pedigree needs to be backed up by results, and unfortunately Gilbert saw some major regression. While Gilbert plays all three outfield positions, he profiles best in right field thanks to his strong throwing arm. He was a two-way player in high school, by the way. The 2025 season will see him repeat, and Syracuse need him to both remain healthy and improve on what can be called a lost 2024 season. Very disappointing. A very disappointing season for him. And basically, he lost a lot of ground because of this injury to his hamstring. And the Mets are taking it very slow with him. He has not played. And the Mets announced on Monday as well that he was sent down to minor league camp. So he's very far away now. If he's with the Mets, probably in the second half. He needs to play. And he's not going to get enough playing time with the Mets right now, the way this team is built. So, you let me know what you think about this video. And, of course, please subscribe to the Prospect Hut. And I'll see you later.